And let's see, one shot for we're live. Chris, did you roll Destiny?
I did not.
Come on, you gotta give me some. There we go.
Oh,
There we go.
damn it. It's the second one.
Hey, you gotta give me something to work with. Okay, so previously on One Shot First, Edge of the Empire, we've got Space Station. There is the main dude you're working for, Random Tiv. He owns this science facility space station, and he's looking for somebody who has been doling out information about a top secret project he is working on. He's got 4 higher up suspects that you guys are investigating. Essek, the one that you're currently talking to, is a friend of Raynham. You've got Kale, who is a scientist in charge of manufacturing. You've got Bima, who works in the dry docks and in commercial areas. And then you've got Ty, who helped Raynham kind of found this facility and is one of the head, like basically the head dude on the station. So those are the 4 main suspects that you're trying to figure out who's the leaker, who's leaking. And I think last time you were just chatting with Essek.
Yup. Basically made him like a longtime friend.
Yeah.
With my role.
I don't. Did he give you any information that you remember?
Yeah, he basically told us that, of note was that there was something that came up that was kind of a red flag that he
yes.
brought to Tiv's attention, but he didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
He kind of just brushed it off to the side. But he hasn't disclosed what it was.
Right. And he's got a vested interest in the success.
Yeah.
And he just wants to see Random succeed, just in general.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so he was smashed because I was just feeding him drinks for information. So.
Dustin, do you want to use your force, forcey mood swinger to maybe influence him to, I don't know, be even more helpful than he already is?
Sure.
I just feel like that kind of fits into your game plan.
I could do that.
I don't know.
The thing is if I invoke a negative emotion in
That's true.
him,
That's true. I mean,
but I can
you don't
choose
you
the
don't have to.
emotion,
It's just
so- Okay.
Yeah, you can choose the emotion
I got
and
it.
then just roll to see if it's positive or negative.
Hold on,
So I
I'm
guess
looking
you could just invoke trust.
at- Right.
Like, I don't know if that's technically considered an emotion.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Is that one? What do you have like a list of emotions that you can?
It's if I roll a dark side destiny, it's a negative emotion. If I roll a light side destiny, it's a positive. And it's just whatever I think of that's positive or negative.
Oh, okay.
I bet you could still get either one of those to work out in your favor,
Right.
though.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. So we're just doing like an average difficulty check.
Yeah, probably would be average. He's not anything particularly special.
I succeeded.
Nice. There is a threat. What do you want to do with that threat?
Ooh. And it's a dark side.
And it's a
threat.
dark side, so he's...
If it was more threat, I would say that you pick what his emotion is, Steve. But that's if there's like more threat or despair.
Yeah.
I'd say. You pick his emotion.
Well, you were shooting for like him to.
Right.
Basically,
well, with a negative
not-
emotion, I'm thinking about making him sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, or what you could do is do like fear, and then I could convince him like, well, if the head guy, if the other guy, not Random Tiv, finds out that this got pushed to the side, and he finds out that
Yeah. Or like
you were
nervousness
behind it, you were the one that found it, but didn't go to him for it. Like, we can try and fear him to tell us what it is.
or anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work.
Okay, I'll make him really anxious.
Okay. I'm thinking with the threat, maybe he's a little too anxious at this point. I mean, it's just a single threat, so it's not like he's completely useless to you. But
Right.
he's
Okay. Setback on Chris's next week.
that's a good one. I like that. Yeah.
Setback on what?
A setback on your next speech roll
Like charm.
against him.
Okay.
Right. Because he's kind of jittery, and like
Yeah.
he's not sure if it's the alcohol or if it's whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Trying to think how to drive that forward. So he keeps talking to you about just he's just so worried that this is not going to work out. And I mean, there's some big ramifications if this doesn't work out. We are we can't take the negative publicity like that. That's just not good. That's not good. I can't take this. I gotta go. I need to sleep this off.
Well, I don't know if sleeping is your best bet right now. I mean, it was Random Tiv the only one you've gone to about this?
I mean, he's the one that makes all the decisions. Who else would I talk to?
There's got to be someone higher than him, right?
No. Well, I mean, like the government.
Well, he doesn't have any partners in the business that would, kind of has a little bit more pull.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Ty, he helped Random start this company, so
so he has a big stake in it.
I suppose so. He
So if something like this got out, and I don't know what it is, but whatever the thing is he brushed aside, if it gets out and he finds out that it was in your jurisdiction and you didn't go to him, it's gonna look bad for him and you.
All right, let's go ahead and do that check on that one. See if that's convincing to him. I like it though. Give yourself a boost for just a generally positive idea.
Okay.
Verse,
what do you want it to be?
Versus
coercion?
his
or just like
doesn't necessarily.
charm.
It could be any one of the talkie skills.
Okay.
Really. The difficulty will be his willpower, which so 1 yellow.
1 yellow. Okay. You mean one
red rather.
So I have convincing demeanor. Remove 1 difficulty per rank of convincing demeanor. I only have one rank.
I don't think you can remove it down to 0.
No, it doesn't downgrade to.
And
not
it
like
might
to
downgrade.
0, but like,
yeah, to just a purple. Yeah, that I can understand. Yeah. So you've got a purple and a black from the force setback.
Okay, then I have killing with kindness. Remove ×2 black die per rank of charm.
All right. That's solid.
Disarming smile. And I have disarming smile. So if it's a success at an opposing charm. Oh no, it's an opposing charm check. Let me see. And then I'm going to suffer 1 strain to take away his purple.
Okay. So, it's just to take away the purple. Can you do that? I mean...
Yep, it says right here. Yeah, may suffer a number of strain to downgrade the difficulty of a charm or negotiation check by an equal number of strain suffered in this way cannot exceed rank in congeal.
All right.
And those aren't even my like heavy hitter charm ones.
Wow.
He's like, "Can I please be your slave?"
Yes, master.
That's crazy. That's so strong. I love it.
But that's all I can do. So
Yeah.
Wow. There you go. 3 success and 2 advantage. I like it. Okay. So he is completely enamored with your sheer brilliance. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess I should talk to him, shouldn't I? That could be really bad if I didn't say something. That's almost almost negligence."
then it's Tiv's word against yours, and I mean he's been partners with him, so of course he's gonna believe Tiv. So
Yeah. Wow. I can't believe I didn't think. What would I do without you? You are such a good friend.
and I like give him like a pat on the shoulder and like, oh, no problem. Got to be here for our friends.
And so he like, I'm gonna go talk to him right now. And
Well, do you need help? Do you want to like some backup?
the
Just in
the
case?
Mr. Keebler bartender guy is like, you're a little tipsy, Exik. I think you need to go home first, and you can talk to him in the morning, right?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
So Exik is like, yeah. I guess you're probably right. And he looks back at you. Where are you guys staying?
We could just got a ship here. Do we actually have a homestead?
No, I mean, I guess you would stay at
The ship.
the
right?
ship.
I mean,
That would make sense.
yeah.
Or Random could have set you up with quarters. So
Where's the quarters?
quarters number 7, up where Sally
Okay.
and Nima and Randy are all hanging out.
Oh, perfect. Because they never left.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, we're all kind of just simultaneously taking place. So all these single
Yeah.
sessions will be overlap in time frame. But
Yeah. I'm assuming his house is in the quarters.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
like the quarters.
so like he goes to stand up and kind of stumbles there. He's like, whoa.
Yeah, we'll get you a speeder back to your place.
And he just starts to laugh uncontrollably. One, because the space station is not that big. You don't actually take speeders anywhere. It's all
Oh, really?
like
Oh, okay.
hallways. So
I see.
he just finds that hysterical.
And then I kind of wink like it was a joke. Like, yeah, I knew that. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna escort him back.
Okay, that sounds good.
Me and my shadow.
Yeah.
And we.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
We
of this.
turn around no one there.
breathing
oh,
water.
I mean,
All right. So you get back to his apartmenty place somewhere in this area. Yep. Can I just hide everybody of non-importance at the moment? Let's see. I do this. And do that. Nope, not that button. How about this
Mr.
button?
Keebler.
There we go. Cool. So he's back in his little area. He shows you to his. You help him to his apartment, and he like knocks on the door, and then he like kind of shakes his head and grabs his key card and fobs the door, and the little indicator light flashes red. And he fobs the door again, and the little indicator light flashes red.
are you sure this is your place?
And he's kind of like squints up with his little beady eyes. He's like, no, this. And he like turns around and walks to the other side of the hallway, and fobs the door, and then now it turns green, and he stumbles in. All right. So while
We
you
were visibly force face bombs.
while you're
Yeah.
helping, yeah. So while you're helping, quote unquote, Essek to his apartment, give me a perception roll, either one of you. Probably Leor, since Lance is the one who's
since
actively
I'm
engaged.
preoccupied.
Yeah. So do like a two purple is fine. Actually, no. Let's do this. Give me. I'm gonna say at the end of the hallway, you notice two guys just kind of hanging against the wall. Let me pull up some dudes to actually present them. So I want you to give me a knowledge underworld.
Okay.
A knowledge underworld to see if you can identify who these dudes
Two purple?
might be. Probably. Yeah, two purple's fine.
I think I'm going to Destiny this. Just because we can, and I feel like this would be really important information. Yeah.
All right. There you go. Here's a dude.
I guess I didn't need.
I didn't even need the destiny. Okay, so as you look at the dudes, you notice on the collar of one of the guys a little medallion of a hut syndicate that kind of operates in this Rhodian area of space.
Great.
And so those dudes are like bouncers, debt collectors for this specific hut syndicate. And so it's kind of odd that they're just hanging out on the station. But I mean, you don't really think too much about it at the moment. So you've got that little bit of info as well. And so Essek, he gets into bed, makes it to his bed, and lays down, and he's out pretty quickly. So I mean, you're in his room because you helped him there.
Yeah. I'm gonna do like a quick look around the room.
Okay. So you can give me a choice of 2, 3, or 4, depending on how much you want to find.
Okay, and it's just off my perception.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Could I also perceive since I'm in?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna go 3.
Okay.
Solid.
Yeah, alright.
Oh,
Should've gotten
goodness.
more.
I guess I don't have to roll.
I mean, you could, I suppose. It's up to you.
Okay.
Try and get that max.
All right.
Oh,
So many,
not bad.
so many threats. All right.
You're gonna break a lamp or something.
So you see as you're like kind of just poking around, you see a blaster pistol, that looks kind of old and doesn't look too used, but it's hanging out in like a fairly prominent position in the room. Like most people, they'll either keep their blasters hidden or they'll keep it in like a gun safe or a rack or whatever. And this is on a desk. Doesn't look like he takes it firing ever, but it's like out in the open. So that's kind of an odd thing that you notice. Dustin, you, as you're looking through his underwear drawer for these threats, you first notice that he doesn't wash his underwear like ever. So lose a strain.
So lose a strain from trying not to vomit.
Yeah. But then you find a data pad of the report that he had written up, telling Ranum about the dangers of the project that they're working on, project I think it's Shadow Feather, and how this is dangerous to the user. So it doesn't go into a ton of detail, but it says anybody who uses it puts themselves in near 100% danger. And it needs to be a discontinued project immediately.
Okay.
So just to keep you on track, one, your goal is to find the murderer, not necessarily figure out what the project is. But if you figure out what the project is, it might help figure out who, not the murderer,
who we're looking for.
the leak is.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we pursue the project. I'm sure everyone else in the group is all going to go for the leak.
Probably. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I know.
So.
Well, yeah. I mean, but we got to know what we're looking for before we just start pointing fingers at people.
David.
The only reason I went here is because the easy way to get information is get them liquored up.
David's droid character is also towards the project end because he's down with the doctor who's actually working on the project, and he's the one that saw the kyber crystal in the last session.
The crows. Yeah.
So he's also probably project-oriented mindset, I would imagine. But
okay. So he's close to it. Okay.
But I suppose your characters wouldn't maybe know that, but
yeah, no, we wouldn't.
Just to keep you on a right-ish track.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be cool if I feel like just this is kind of metagaming, but for sake of sessions, like maybe Lance and I work on the project with David's character, so that way we can like keep this 2-group thing going, and David will have a group to roll with.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm thinking
he's off by himself right now, but if he comes with us, or if we go with him, then we'll have a group for him to play with.
Yeah, I think if we have each one of the groups do their session and we can come back. So like if I can get the 2 other people or the rest of the people to do a session in like 2 more groups, then the next main group session we'll just all come back together and collaborate, and it should work out just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, that should
so
be cool. As long as I think what PA is saying is just, or what Dustin's saying is just as long as sorry, as long as he is not like doing a solo session kind of thing.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Like if David wanted to do a session before the group session.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I'm gonna throw him in with somebody. Probably because we tried to do David, Jordan, and Josh last night, but David couldn't, and Jordan couldn't. So.
Right.
So yeah, we'll throw him in with one of the groups.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm free basically whenever.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Anyway,
we
back
can
to the game.
just head back to our room and kind of collaborate with what we know.
Okay. So you head to your room and probably, I guess it'd be the next morning. You wake up and you're out. I don't know, probably went to go find some food or something in the market area, and a security officer walks over to you and is like, excuse me, are you Lance?
Yes, I am.
I need you to come with me, please. The administrator wants to see you on a security matter.
On a security matter? I literally just got here last night.
I'm just following orders. Sorry.
All right. I didn't do anything wrong, so willing to come with.
All right. So
I'm assuming Dustin knew this or Leor knew this and is like hiding somewhere.
Just following behind.
Yeah.
All right, so you go down to like or up rather to the main control area, and walk into the administrator's office. Let me move you down there. And it's just random Tiv. Random's the administrator. So he's the guy that employed you. And he's like, so we have a situation. One of the researchers was murdered 46 standard minutes ago. She was found in a lab where the prototype is being developed, and a maintenance worker just discovered the body there. We're assessing the security recordings, but it looks like holocams were disabled, and it gets worse. The prototype is missing. I kind of suspect that the murderer and turncoat are probably one and the same. So you kind of need to identify a perpetrator before they make their final move and everything just blows up in my face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Who was the person murdered?
It was what's her name? Bima.
Okay.
She was the she's the facility dry dock worker. Yeah.
Okay. Is there anywhere we should start, or I mean, should we just?
Well, yes, actually. Let me give you some credentials to get you into the lab so that you can examine it for yourself, because
Okay.
that might help in discovering out who did this.
Yeah, definitely. Anything that'll help.
So he hands you a data pad that gives you like security clearances and stuff like that.
Okay, I'm gonna look it over and see what. So, are we gonna actually go to where it was stolen and the murder happened, or is he just giving me this to research here?
No, you could go do that. You could go there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I definitely want to check the crime scene, as it would.
All right. Let me skip to the correct section in this mission so I can make sure all my details are correct. Okay. So it's up where Dr. Kale and David are. Let me control them.
See if David can get on.
Do that. There we go. And we will do... Let me see which one. I actually don't have a token for her. People. Oh, there. We'll make it this person. Here we go. Old lady. Yep. This is Bima. Show nameplate C. Boom. Okay.
She did.
She did.
So you walk
My
in.
perception check reveals she did.
She did. There you go.
Oh, he did.
Did.
Oh, yeah.
She's kind of like slumped over one of these boxes. Whoop. So she's like slumped over one of the crates, and yeah.
Okay. Is there like a discerning? I guess do like a medicine check to see if there's any discerning way that she was murdered, unless it's just like a very blatant wound.
Yeah. So I mean, you like turn her over, and she's just been shot, like, in the chest.
Okay.
Blastered in the chest.
I'm gonna see if it was like like see if I know if it was like point by the look of it, if it was point blank.
Right.
Or
Yeah,
if it
that's
was,
good.
like, from
That's good.
range.
Kind of knowledge.
What would the
Warfare?
difficulty on that be?
Medicine?
That's probably a medicine check, and that's probably a
Medicine.
2, maybe a 3. That's
Uh,
kind of specific info, I suppose.
I have 2 green, so I look over at Lior and I go, "Are you any good with this stuff?"
Hold on. Let me look. Let me ponder. Could I argue to make it a warfare check?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that makes
As in,
sense to me.
like, recognizing
Right, battle wounds.
bullet wounds?
Yep.
Solid.
Cool. What'd you say, 3?
Correct.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, this one.
Nice.
This was
This.
definitely a point blank shot.
Okay. Well, we kind of know it had to be someone she trusted, because it's a mole from the inside.
Right.
I'm gonna look at the data pad and see if the see what I can tell from the cameras.
Okay.
I want to perceive any other clues around the area.
Okay. So Lance.
If you want to, while I'm looking at the data pad.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So as you're like fumbling through the recordings, the hollow records, 2, 3 are purple, 2, 3 or 4 purples, Dustin. As you're looking through the hollow recordings,
Alright.
there is definitely a dead person in here, and she's dead.
What? She did. Can I like rewind and see
Yeah. So
the act that took place?
so as you rewind, and you fast forward, you watch the scene back. The door. Let me make sure that I don't mess this one up. Yeah, the door slides open, and a figure kind of steps in. The camera of the security camera is like starts to refocus for the light change, and you see a giant bright light as the hollow cam gets shot out by a blaster bolt.
Can I like rewind and pause it to see if I can see anything
Yeah, yep.
familiar about it?
So you can go back in and rerun it. Give me a computers check, because this is a space sci-fi. There's always spacey ways to enhance video beyond
Yeah.
what you should be able to do. Plot advancing technology.
2 purple. Or...
Yes.
2, 3, or 4, however refined you want this to be.
I'm gonna go 2 because I only have 2. So, and all right. So I didn't, but I did see a little thing. Noticed something weird.
So you notice that right before the blaster bolt, there's like an audio file clip, and with a little bit of filtering, you hear, "He's got a gun."
Was it Bima that said it?
Yes,
or...
that was Bima who said he's got a gun.
Okay. So that means she wasn't alone in the room. Is there like a work clock in, or like so I can see who was working in the warehouse at the time that Bima was here? See if we can get some witnesses.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so if you walk over to the wall and you see the scanner that opens the door, has records of all of the door key cards that have been used. Yeah. And so the very first one that pops up, so like most recent to oldest, is a corrupted file. Like it's just like hashes and dash signs.
Okay.
So somebody was tampering with that. But then the next one is Bima's. The one after that is a dock worker. And the one after that is a maintenance worker. and then there's just a list of scientists who had checked out like 3 or 4 hours earlier.
Okay. Do I know if they've been like debriefed or anything, or because if since they were the only ones that were previously in the room before?
I don't believe Raina mentioned anything about that, so no.
Okay. Is it worth searching into them? Like, should I go, like, see if one of them, like, if one of them was leaving, if the times work out
The
to where...
the most recent one was about an hour and a half before Bima clocked into the room.
Okay.
So if you want to go check it out.
How long after she clocked in did the corrupted one?
16 minutes.
16 minutes? Okay. Go ahead and do off of Dustin's roll, I guess.
Dustin failed,
Because he did.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Perception failed.
Yeah, failed perceptions.
Oh.
I thought about skullduggery those boxes.
Just steal something.
Might as well get something out of
See
this.
what we got in here.
It's a
Try
very
it.
Sithy thing to do. Yeah.
Go for
That
it,
is
man.
that is true.
I'm a bad guy. I need to start being bad.
Let me make some notes so that. All right. So as you're looking in the boxes, you notice that the kyber crystal is gone. There are some.
My character didn't know about the
That's true. That's true.
Well, no, technically you did. Remember,
I
he
just
said
felt.
you
Yeah,
got
that's
a
true. I
feeling.
felt it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if you feel the residue of energy, then
As you're going through the boxes, you notice the containers, or at least one of the containers is the type that keeps kyber crystals from being able to be scanned from outside.
I would know.
Yeah, and you would know transportation of like that sort of stuff. And so like you're aware that would be there, but you do find a fairly valuable metal alloy in the box. So you can either put that in your inventory, or we could just narratively say you're going to sell that off at some point in the black market and just give you cash right now for it.
What's the alloy used for?
Making stuff up on the fly. It is used for high energy matter conversions. So it runs energy from a point of conversion to another point, and it maintains its integrity. So it's used for transferring high amounts of energy.
I'm just thinking Dylan's character would be able to make use
That's
of
a
this.
good point. Dylan's character might be able to use it.
And my character's not interested in credits. So
Okay. Yeah, actually that's actually a really good idea. Let me make a note, and I'll give you specifics on a alloy.
What should I call it? Alloy
LIX.
thing. Okay, X is better than thing. Cool.
All right. So you got that. Did you want to go after?
yeah,
Pursue?
the person that was clocked in, an hour before. Yeah.
Okay. So I imagine with the command console that Random gave you, you can easily tap into work schedules, and you see this person is scheduled at the docks
Okay.
for the day. So they're working over at the docks, unloading stuff, this, that, and the other.
Okay. So, look over at Leora and go, all right, well, we need to get more information from people that were here before. Maybe someone saw something. So, closest or probably most likely person is working at the docks right now.
Sounds good. Going to the dock.
To the docks. To the docks. Whoops, not that button. This button. Right. So, it looks like it's a fairly slow day. Couple packages in, couple packages out. Not a lot going on. It's like I said, it's a private science station, so it's not like a bustling facility. There's like two guys. There's a security dude who's just kind of leaning against the wall, and a Rhodian who's unloading boxes off of a ship, stacking them up.
Okay. Do I know that the Rhodian is the person I'm looking for?
You don't
Didn't
know
give
that,
me
no.
Okay, it didn't give a picture with their login.
Yeah, I actually probably did. So yes. This Rhodian is definitely the dude you're looking for.
Okay. Does it have a name so that way I don't just come up and say, "Hey, you," and then he runs away?
Yeah, it's Jerry the Rhodian.
Jerry. All right. I'm gonna like kind of walk up with my like data pad out, kind of like official,
Okay.
and say, "Excuse me, sir. Are you Jerry?"
Yes. What can I do for you?
Well, I just had some questions for you on the in regards to the
over Lance's
what?
shoulder. I'm just gonna stand like luminously over your shoulder.
Oh,
My arms crossed, like the hood down.
brooding.
Yeah.
Just questions in regards to the recent murder of one of your coworkers.
Murder? What are you talking about?
Yes. Sorry if you weren't informed, but Vima was murdered not even 2 hours ago.
His eyes go like super wide. What are you? What? Oh,
Yeah,
my. Oh, I didn't do it. I didn't. I gotta get back to work. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what we're here to find out is who did it. We're not accusing you. I mean, everyone's a suspect until proven innocent. And as long as you can prove yourself innocent, then.
Oh man. She's always been so nice to me. I think I might need a lawyer. Can I get a lawyer?
I mean, there's no real need for a lawyer. I mean, unless you have something to hide, right?
I don't. I don't really have much to hide.
There are any lawyers on this case.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Huts are here. There's no lawyer.
All right, give me an intimidation sort of check. Is that a what?
First time Lior opens their mouth, he's like, "There are no lawyers."
Yeah, give me a coercion, maybe.
All right.
I don't know if that's a thing that Dustin you want to put in our.
Yeah. Can you
Yeah,
brood over my shoulder to convince
Yeah,
this
that's what I was
guy?
thinking.
Right, that's what I was thinking. So could I just use the influence and a successful boosts his coercion, like for my
So like do it together, do a tag team.
threatening demeanor?
Right. So yeah,
I was gonna say I don't have very high
willpower.
coercion, so yeah, my willpower is not its base. So
What's your willpower though?
I have
Two.
deception.
2. Do you have?
I have 2 green.
What's yours, Dustin?
You have to have high willpower for Jedi stuff. Don't you?
Coercion is 2.
So you have 2 skills in coercion.
Yeah.
2 green.
Oh, 2 green.
2 green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
my
So we should
deception-
probably.
My deception's good though.
Well, we're not really trying to deceive him. I'm just trying to tell him that he doesn't need to freak out. We're just trying to find out what's going on.
Right.
So yeah. if
However-
wanna just
however
do
you wanna do
boosting,
it.
Since we both have pretty low.
Right.
So I have 2 green. I don't know how the boost works.
Yeah, just do the 2 green and a blue versus 2
Okay.
purples.
Sweet.
All right. So he calms down a little bit. He's like, okay, I'm gonna trust you, I guess. And he's like, all right. So what exactly are you asking?
Just any information you have that could help out to find out, who your friend's murderer is.
So he walks over to you. He's like motions for you to come closer to him.
Mhm.
And so he's like, Bima asked me last night to go into the lab and to check on the box that we had unloaded earlier, because there was a droid who took it in and we hadn't seen it before, and so she just wanted to make sure that the boxes were in there, and that was okay. But then she asked me if there was anybody else in the lab, and if there wasn't, to make sure that the lights were off and that the door was shut. And that's kind of weird.
With her still in there?
No, she wasn't there. She sent me to go check on it.
What time would you say this was at?
Oh, it had to be quarter after midnight.
Okay. And I kind of like put that in the data pad to jot back later.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were leaving, did you see anybody, or was there anybody Bima was talking to, or?
No, she talked to me, and I went and checked and reported back to her, and she said thanks and said goodnight. I mean, I just calmed her. I didn't meet her in person. It's kind of late. She works late, you know. She's always busy.
I see. Was there anybody that might have been, I don't know, acting funny to you? Usually when things like this happen, people get kind of stressed out before.
No, I mean the station quiets down pretty well around 11:30. So come midnight, it's fairly quiet, which is kind of weird. Why I thought she wanted me to go check on it then, but whatever.
Yeah.
She's the boss. Got to keep a job, you know.
Do you know if she had any enemies or anybody that wanted to, didn't agree with her points of view?
Are you the police again?
No, I actually work for Random Tiv, who owns this place. So
Yeah,
he
yes.
he would like to see that this is taken care of quietly. That's why we're here.
Yeah, I mean she had some problems with the Hutts. Well, more specifically, her sons did. Her youngest son had a little bit of a debt problem. She's been trying to help him out. But I don't know. I don't know
What's
what
her son's name?
her son.
Yes.
Let me find a Star Wars name generator.
I don't know. Jerry was pretty good. So.
I like Jerry the Rhodian. It's simple and to the point.
Cole. That's a good name.
Right. And they're just human. They're
Yes.
Okay. All right. And that's all the that you can think would help us out?
I mean, yeah, I can't, she doesn't have any enemies. I mean, she's kind of doesn't talk to many people. She's hangs back, does her thing. She's nice. She's always friendly. I don't know who would do this to her. She's dead?
Yeah, unfortunately she
Are we all safe? I mean, I'm not looking to get killed here.
as long as you weren't any in any ties with the secret projects apparently that the crates had dealings with.
No, oh no. I'm just a talk worker. Don't be silly.
All right, then you should be okay, but we'll keep in contact. And I kind of like give him the data pad information. If you think of anything or anything comes up, just give me a screen.
All right. Yeah, I can do that.
All right. And as we're kind of like walking away, I'm gonna look over at Lior and go, we might want to check out the sun as a connection with the Hutts. And as we know, Hutts are not the most regal and loyal of people.
Our hitman here, the Hutt hitman that we found.
Yeah.
And I kind of look at you and go, what Hutt hitman?
I thought you were with me when I saw them in the hallway.
No, I was helping drunk guy into the room.
Well, while you were doing that.
Oh yeah, by the way.
Hallway. At first, I didn't think anything of it because, is this like a public docking area? Like, would people be able to stop here?
Yes, yeah, they can. And I mean that's
Yeah,
the
so-
residence area, so anybody that's coming in is either
Right.
going to be there or the cafe area, so it's not super out of the
Right.
ordinary.
So I didn't think much of it at the time.
When we dropped Essek off at his room,
Yeah.
you saw too. Oh no, we better go check on Essek.
Yep.
So I'm gonna rush over to the living area to where Essek is or lives.
All right.
I want to jump across like the rooftops of the building.
Assassin's Creed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you knock on his door, and he comes to the door and he opens it up. He's like, "Hey, Lance,
Hey, Essek, how's it going?
it's all right. How are you? Thanks so much again for helping me home last night. I was, whew,
Of course, of course. I mean, we all get a little sauced here and there. Let loose.
It was just too much stress sometimes. But I think we're good now. We're good.
Good. Could we come in?
Yeah, sure. Actually, why don't I take you for lunch? Have you had lunch yet?
No, perfect. We haven't eaten yet.
All right, let's do that. So he takes you back out to Mr. Keebler, who is the sole provider of food on this station.
The man of all men, the provider of food.
Where do you want me to go? You want me to like stand outside or chill in a different booth?
Yeah, if you wanna just, I don't know if you could.
He doesn't really know I'm associated with you because
No,
He's not. You're never
I'm hired to
seen
be
him.
secretive.
you were
Yeah.
in the
Someone
shadows
else's
the whole
classroom.
time in the bar. So yeah, I'd probably just be unseen and just like do constant perception checks, just making sure that like no huts are coming in or like anybody that keeps looking over at us or anything like that.
He probably could barely even see you, let alone.
Yeah, last
exactly.
night. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like, "So, what can I do for you?"
I'm not sure if you were informed, but something happened to Bima early this morning.
The dock worker,
Yes.
woman. Oh my, what happened?
She was attacked in the lab or at the docks with a blaster pistol. Well, a blaster of some sort.
His face is kind of like, oh my, that's terrible.
Yes, and I was sent by Tiv to kind of figure this out.
Really?
I was just wondering if there was any information that you had that could help me out.
I mean, Bima's such a nice person. I don't know who would want to kill her. I have no idea.
Well, see, I might know a little bit more than you think I do, but it turns out there was an item that the person was after. I don't think it was a personal attack on Bima. I think she was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, you know?
Oh, really? What? Hold on a second. How much do you know? He kind of gets like
And I kind of like
strict faced.
bluffing lift up the data pad and kind of shake it and
Okay.
go, well, Tiv gave me this, so.
I'm only kind of a big deal.
No, like as in like this is my information.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Even though it only has like the camera and everything like that.
Yep.
so.
Yep.
I'm only like best friends with.
We
Yeah.
only go way back.
Way back to when I crashed a ship here, you know.
At least 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. So he looks at you, looks at
Perception check?
the data pad. You want a perception check?
Yeah. But,
Anything in particular?
no, just in general, like the surroundings.
Okay.
Anything suspicious. But
Lay of the land.
I got two.
Two advantages. You notice that today's special is a filet mignon and it's actually a really good deal. So
I got really happy and recovered a strain.
there you go. There you go.
Good for them.
Good for
No,
them.
I'm
restaurant's going
gonna have to order that at some point.
It's a monopoly, but they're doing good things.
Yes,
Please.
it is a monopoly. That's great. Okay. So what was the original train of thought?
Basically, he was asking what I knew, and I just showed him
right.
that- and that Tiv gave me this.
Well, I mean, so you know what we were working on, and I mean, kyber crystals, those are expensive, he whispers. I don't know where Random
And,
got one. That's usually Jedi stuff. But the power in that thing, oh my goodness.
Yeah, right now, unfortunately, it's kind of easier to come by than you would think. But and by the way, I have underground contacts,
Okay.
so I'm able to find out like information underground information, like purchase information, and I can decrease the price of underground items and
cool.
increase the price of items that I'm trying to sell by 50 credits. So,
Nice. By 50 credits?
yeah. Well, it says by 50. I don't know if it means.
I'd
I can
imagine
also remove
50%.
setbacks from Underworld and Streetwise.
Okay.
So I'm kind of underworldy too.
Yeah.
I got Street Sparks.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it just says 50. So
I would imagine that's 50%, because 50 credits is nothing when you start to get into black market items.
okay, yeah, I'll go with that.
More money.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so I kind of go, yeah, they're unfortunately a lot easier to come by with the Sith trying to get their hands on them, and the impending Jedi losses due to the Clone Wars.
Yeah, I suppose that's true, isn't it? I hope Random isn't tied up with the Separatists. That would also not be good for business. Kind of like shakes his head and looks a little off to the corner.
I kind of look at him and I go, well, I mean, when you delve in war can be business.
I guess so, that's true. Just don't much like the thought of it.
Yeah. And that's what we're here to figure out, is clear his name and figure out who would have wanted these crystals, and
Well,
if they work with you.
if there's anything I can do, let me know, because I certainly want to help.
Well, actually, something that it seems Tib didn't want me to know was the thing that he brushed off. He gave me the information, the contact between you and him, but he didn't give me the specifics as to what it was, almost as if he wanted to keep it on, the down low. I feel like if we knew exactly, what he was trying to hide, and we could find out why this person would want it.
Well, let's do a check for that, just to make sure that we're good and buddy. So, any sort of check you want, probably charm, I would imagine.
Okay.
Can I make him happy?
You could give it a shot to boost this up, sure. It's not guaranteed to
Wait, how would you do
work.
it?
Influence
How would you
him.
boost me from across the way?
Force
He's trying to force
Oh,
Influence.
Oh, I see. Okay.
his emotion. But if it's negative, I don't know.
right.
Yeah, I could
Nervousness
probably just.
again? Yeah, you got it.
You got these.
With what difficulty?
That is a 2 purple. Whoa, ho, 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 ho,
Oh
ho.
my goodness.
Man, he better not doubt me after this.
Okay.
This guy is like
I'm his
your
brother
best
now.
friend,
Like,
yeah.
Wow. All right. So, what was the specific question? You wanted to know what they were working on?
Yeah, what he was trying to bring to Tiv's
Right.
attention that he brushed aside.
So, probably maybe 2 months back, I go to random Tiv and I say to him that this teleportation that he's working on is a death machine. It is not going to transfer people because it kills a person and basically just makes a clone in their place. And once everyone realizes that, can you imagine the problems that would cause?
Would it also kill the clone? Did you guys ever test that?
We've not done people testing. Are you kidding me?
So it would kill the original and make a clone of it.
Right. That's in essence that's what it's doing.
Would it?
Yeah. Basically.
What is it? What?
You ever see The Prestige?
Oh yeah. And that's what I was just about to ask. I was going to say, so was it a coherent exact copy, or was it?
Yeah. I mean,
just a vessel?
you copy them, and they wouldn't experience anything differently. They would have all of the memories, all of the genetic defects, all of the everything. It would just be you, but it'd be a copy. And
Your original.
I'm no Jedi Sentinel or Jedi Monk or anything, but that just doesn't seem right on so many different levels.
Yeah, I agree. That's. But so there being the disagreement, that means the people that are a little bit shadier than others would see that as a hot commodity, then, wouldn't they?
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh my goodness, yes. We'd be. He could be the richest man in the galaxy.
And I kind of like lean in to him and I go, "All right, can I tell you something in confidence?"
And he's like, yeah.
I heard that there might be the Hutts involved.
He looks at you and has this like super confused look on his face. Really? I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
So if they're involved, then we kind of got a bigger problem on our hands.
Whew. This is kind of worrying, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, we want you to watch out. We don't think Bima was, attacked personally. I think she was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But
Yeah.
I feel as if you should be on your guard. Don't act suspicious and, just act normal. But
Okay. All right.
just watch out for yourself.
Steve,
Yes.
while he's talking, can I slip out and go do something real quick while they're exchanging?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I just want to go to Essex's room while they're not there and see if the gun is still there.
Okay.
In the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
So can I just do a perception roll?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's perception. Maybe it's just intelligence, remembery sort of thing.
Remembery.
The remembery skill.
Just look to the clouds of your lion father.
It's a 1 purple. It's an easy check.
What skill?
Perception. Or I mean, if you wanted to do an intelligence, we could do that. All right.
There we go.
Yeah, the gun is back on the table, but it is in a different position.
Can I do a warfare check to see if I notice if it's been fired recently?
Probably
not.
Yes.
Well, if it looked dusty and old and like it hadn't been fired before, you would know if it was fired recently, right?
I mean, it doesn't look any more.
Barrel singed.
Yeah, it doesn't look any more used than anything, right? I mean, it wasn't like a pristine gun to start with, so it would kind of be hard to tell. Yeah. But you could give a 4 or 5, probably a 4 purple knowledge warfare check for like how long ago this would have happened if he was the killer. It's probably like a 4 purple to be able to notice anything of significance if he's the guy. Yeah, I mean,
That's not bad for
you pick the gun up, you look around it. It's not warm. It's not any more scored than you remember it being. The blaster charge is most of the way up, so it's not.
That's just what I was doing while
Yeah.
those two were talking.
Nope. That's a good thing to do. I was hoping you would do something like that. It helps eliminate or confirm.
Maybe another perception check to just look around the room.
Okay.
Or I could be Sithy and do a skullduggery check.
Sure. Whichever one you want.
I'll do perception.
And you getting 2 purple.
One final glance.
Wow. Nope.
Oof.
Final glance around the room, just kind of.
Final glance around the room. You're like feeling out with the force, seeing if there's anything different, and you feel and knock the lamp over. It crashes to the ground, and you're like, whoops, and you sneak out. That's the threat. That's the threat, is you knock the lamp over. This time for sure.
I told you were gonna do it.
Yeah, I liked that. All right.
Athletics check to catch it with my foot.
Oh, yes. I like that. Where's my timer? I usually have a timer that tells me how long I've been going. Do either of you know how long we've been going? What time is it?
I don't.
9:30.
Oh, well, hang on.
It's 9:30.
Let me see. I joined.
Hey, I caught it with my foot.
So we've been going for about an hour.
All right. Let's finish up this conversation. We'll call that a good amount of ground covered.
Saved his lamp.
Yeah, I see that.
You saved his lamp.
Saved the lamp.
Good. Because last night it would have been easy. We'd have just blamed on him being drunk, but since he woke up and
Yeah, right,
probably used
right.
it.
Caught it with my foot, threw it behind my head, it landed on the table.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of tell him to keep on his guard, but
Yeah, I mean,
and then
I definitely will. Thanks.
I'm gonna ask him if he had noticed, or if there was anybody that has been acting weird recently.
Anyone who's been
Like, I don't know
acting
if they have constant
weird
meetings
recently.
or like within his company, like who he talks to,
Oh,
like on the regular.
staff and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me think about that. I mean, maybe. I suppose that, let me find the guy's name. I want to give useful information,
Yay.
but maybe I don't have any useful information. Let me scroll up real quick. I want to make sure I get the right guy. So he's like, yeah, I mean, now that you mention it, I suppose that Ty, like the guy who helped founded with Random, he's like he's been coming and going off of the station a little bit more frequently than usual. I mean, he's usually on and off, but he's been doing that a little more usual the past few weeks. But other than that, I can't think of anything that's that much out of the ordinary.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look into him. Can't really go to him directly with him being,
Yeah,
one of the higher ups.
he's pretty busy, and he's always got people around him. So I don't know. It's
Oh yeah. By the way, are you gonna schedule a meeting with him? Or?
yes. I sent a message to his secretary this morning, so
Oh, nice. Have you got a reply or?
I should probably head back to my room and check on that.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you want someone there for moral support, I'm definitely willing to go with you.
Okay, I'll let you know when I get back what time we've got a meeting set for.
All right, awesome. And I give him the keypad or the data pad contact
Okay, great,
info.
cool.
All right. I'm gonna assume I'm gonna meet back up with Dior.
I sit down at the bar next to you.
Without like directly looking at him, kind of just muttering under my breath. Actually, we have comms, right?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, more so in the comm than audibly, so that way, just in case Mr. Keebler here is
Mr. Keebler.
an inside
Keebler.
man.
He's
the
the real guy.
bastard.
Yeah, he's the leak.
Palpatine
He
is
knows
his
when everyone's
apprentice.
hangry, so he knows how to manipulate them. Yeah, so I'm gonna say he's got a meeting with Ty. He's gonna let me know if things go well. I told him to stay on his toes, but I think the huts are definitely have a play in here. But I feel like we should figure out if everybody was where they were supposed to be at the time of Bima's death. Kind of see where their key cards were used and see if anyone was at a place. Because even though they encrypted their data card, get into the room, doesn't mean that their actual data card wasn't being used.
Well, also, the murder happened 45 minutes ago.
Well, not
They
45 minutes
found
now,
the body.
Right.
Yeah.
But that would give Essek plenty of time to sober up enough. And I saw the gun on his table was in a different position than when we had seen it last.
Okay. Well, I mean,
So,
you're good with all the force magic and stuff. Did you feel anything different? Wouldn't you know if the crystal was here? I mean, you kind of said something or muttered something when you said you felt something weird. It's got to be that crystal.
I just know it's on the station.
Can't use it as like
somewhere
a
still here.
Yeah, it's,
guiding rod.
you definitely still feel it on the station.
Yeah, it's still on the station, but I haven't been in contact with the crystal in so long.
Can't use
Oh,
it like a
yeah.
guiding rod to try and find it.
I mean,
That's
I
not
can
how the
try.
first force works. Gosh.
That's not how the force works.
I don't know how this magic wizard stuff works.
I could try, but that would be incredibly hard.
Oh, maybe we can get out of here and
Miracles
I don't know, you
happen.
can meditate or something.
Yeah. All right. I'll perception to.
I'm gonna
I
destiny
wouldn't do
just
it here.
because it doesn't matter. It's like 1 red and 5 purples.
Yeah, I would definitely destiny oppose destiny.
I already did. You can't
Ah, damn it.
can't match my destinies.
What bad could happen if I incredibly fail?
I have no idea. You focus a hole through the station and everyone just gets sucked out into vacuum of space and the session ends right here.
That's what I was thinking.
You create a wormhole.
A wormhole.
Time and space, and we all get sucked in.
No, I'm not gonna do that rule.
He already did it. I was like,
Okay,
he already used it.
Narration's sake, if I try to track the crystal directly, I will lose all connection to it. Won't be able to tell if it leaves the station.
Wait, say that again.
Narration. If I try to track the crystal directly,
Mhm.
I'll lose all connection to it, so I won't be able to tell if it's still on the station or not.
Yeah,
So like, there's a chance that I would lose connection to the crystal completely.
that's
Okay.
good. I like that.
And my character's like really obsessed with finding this crystal because he hasn't had a lightsaber in like a millennia.
Okay.
I kind of want to eavesdrop on Essek's call.
Okay.
My stealth.
Well,
I don't know,
I mean,
but that might be something for next session.
Yeah, I think we'll do that next session because the way this is going to work, or
But
the way this is, I'm going to try and make this work, is the other two groups that go tie in at least somewhat to what you guys had done. So I'm like preemptively thinking, okay, what can I add to different people's sessions that you can also catch a glimpse of? So hopefully it'll work.
Well,
maybe it'll just be completely awful, and when you come back, I'll have retconned everything, and it'll be a completely different story, but should be the
if anything,
same.
we have a connection with Essex, who has an eventual meeting with Ty, so that could be a tie-in.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Well, I mean, what you could do is you could say that while Lance and I were doing our session, they were like in the quarters sleeping or something, and then while we were meeting with Ray and them, they are having their session.
I mean, I'll see how it works out.
That makes sense.
My biggest goal is to make sure that nobody is with Bima when she gets killed. That's the only railroading I've got to do for those guys.
Which David kind of is.
Watch it. I was gonna say, watch it be like a full like insider job. It turns out that David ended up killing her. We had no idea. Like it's.
So we go and David's like, I just want to do a session by myself, and I'm like, okay, fine. Right. And we like sit down and start the session, and he's like, I sit there for the next 12 hours. No.
Right. He finds the crystal and Bima freaks out, so he shoots her. Then decrypts his login from being there.
There it is. All right. Thanks for joining us. Catch the next installment of Space Mysteries. Dun, da, da, dun, da, da.